y'all, it's Bill. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be filming a book haul. I want to go ahead and get this one out of the way because there's going to be so many coming. Got that eBay book haul that's already out of control. It might have to be in two parts. And then I'm going to separate the Christmassy books I got into another Christmas haul. And then I have a haul from somewhere else coming, so this will just be a regular one for now. Let's start with the books that were sent to me. This is Rahta's Revenge by Troy Metcalf, the first in the Crystals of Sarai. I think I'm saying that right, series. Monsters love the full moon. In the tattered remains of the once thriving country of Sarai, Sai navigates his world knowing every turn could be face to face with a savage beast or worse, a corrupt guard after curfew. He longs for a better life, a way to escape the deadly creatures who lurk in the shadows, but a lowly orphan from the hovels is a nobody, until he receives a request to meet with the commander. Sai learns that the ancient magic of the elders has faltered, and the result is the brutal life they now know. Along with his friends, Sai must journey across Sarai. Their first stop, the Waverly Mountains. Sure, they look beautiful in the distance, but missing travelers, mysterious earthquakes, and rumors of a rampaging giant is far from ideal. Can a few teenagers from the hovels save the country from turmoil? Return peace? Bring back a sense of normalcy? Maybe. The only thing is, they don't exactly know what they're looking for. So intrigued by that. Can't wait to get to this. Thank you to the author. We have Trail of the Cursed Cobras by Barry Nugent. And thank you to the author for sending me this. Dodging faceless demons, trying to save the world, and being hassled by your dead mom. It's just another school day for Bobby Gibson and Ada Amaya. I think I'm saying that right. An ill-advised shortcut pulls the 12-year-olds into a deadly plot involving secret agents, an ageless sorcerer, and an artifact of devastating power. As the children race against time to solve the mystery, they must face their fears, outwit their foes, battle monsters born of shadow and nightmare, and make their way through traps to the heart of it all, the Apocalypse Chamber. It's 1982, and 5 kids from a North London comprehensive school are fighting the end of the world. I'd say the odds are about even. 1982, love that. So thank you so much to the author, so excited. And then we have The Magic Hollow by Stephen Clarke, and I think the series will be called Hayden and the Knights. Hayden Keyes knows everything there is to know about knights, legends, and fantasy. But that doesn't mean he has ever jousted on horseback, worn a full suit of armor, or flown on a dimension-traveling griffin. In fact, Hayden's life is pretty average. Well, I suppose average is up for you to decide. Hayden never met his real parents, though his foster ones are great. Sure, they have a hoarding problem and an irrational fear of Halloween costumes, but nobody's life is perfect, right? All Hayden wants is to fit in, and to be the star of the basketball team. That would be nice. But Hayden's life is about to turn all kinds of crazy. When a pumpkin-headed knight and a pair of hungry trolls posing as 8th graders show up at school, suddenly Hayden finds himself holding a one-way ticket to uncovering the mysteries of his past, facing a monstrously dangerous destiny, and the chance to return to his true birthplace, Between. Home of New Camelot, the Knights of the Round Table, and a world of magic Hayden never dreamed existed. I love that synopsis. Arthurian legend, I can never say that. And dimension-traveling griffin? Yes, please. So, very excited for this. Thank you to the author. And then lastly, for the one sent to me, is 7 Book 1, and the name of the book 1 is Greed by John T. Spangler. Gorgeous cover. Paradise, a land of wonder, plagued by evil, waiting for a hero. Andy Taylor lived a life through stories and books. With a heart condition, he is unable to go on adventures of his own. After a move he never wanted, a winged boy in a pirate shirt named Gabe forces Andy into a new world. Gabe tells Andy that he is the hero they have been waiting for. There's a plague of 7 monsters keeping the doors to the kingdom closed, one for each tribe living in paradise. With gifts and powers he has only read about, he comes face to face with his first challenge, a creature and monster of the deep, Greed. Very excited. So thank you to all the authors that sent me books for review. And I think there's only one graphic novel. Yummy, A History of Desserts by Victoria Grace Elliott. This is non-fiction, but it's about dessert. And the art's beautiful, so. Ice cream and cakes and pies, oh my. Learn about and taste the true stories behind everyone's favorite treats, including fun and easy recipes to try at home. After all, sweets and their stories are always better when they're shared. Recipes too, yay. And then I got Don't Doubt the Rainbow, and I think the series name is The 5 Clues, or it's the reverse, I'm not really sure, by Anthony Kessel. And I think the second book will be out in the summer. Map on the end pages. My darling Eddie, if you are reading this now, it means something dreadful has happened to me. The note contains the first of 5 cryptic clues. By solving the clues, Eddie will discover who wanted her mother killed and why. Courageous and clever, Eddie risks everything in her investigation as she enters a dangerous adult world in which science and mortality clash violently. But it's only by changing her whole way of thinking and staying one step ahead of the shadowy presence out to stop her that she'll find a path to the truth. Parent death. So there's going to be heavy-hitting topics. And sounds like an incredible mystery. Sounds like this might be upper middle grade with the death of her mother part, but the way she died, it seems. So, very excited. And then I got this one during one of the Amazon sales. Wish Upon a Sleepover by Suzanne Selfors. Leilani dreams of being friends with the most popular girls in her class, the Haleys. Since they are always throwing amazing sleepovers, Leilani decides to host one of her own and invite them. But when the invitations are accidentally mailed to the Do Not Invite list, the only guests are the kids Leilani definitely did not want to show up. The neighbor who never speaks, the girl who draws mean pictures of her, and her farting older cousin. With nothing to do or eat, the group decides to make her Hawaiian grandmother's recipe for sleepover soup, which requires each of them to collect one ingredient that has meaning in their lives. The scavenger hunt reveals unexpected surprises. What Leilani finds is not what she wanted, but even better. It's so different, and I think that's going to be very heartwarming and pretty cool. And the popular girls in her class, the Haleys, I don't know why, but that made me think of Heathers, the movie from the 80s where it's like Heather, Veronica. And I love that movie. So, excited. And then for sequels, I got The Last Weave by Andrew Zurcher, the epic conclusion to 12 Nights. And I don't know what happened, I think the publishers are different, but I have the first 2 in paperback and they're from UK, but it's not released in paperback and this is US, so I don't know what happened. I care less about things matching out. It does bother me. I would have preferred it, but it doesn't get to me like it used to. But this is the 3rd book, and I'm very excited to binge read this series soon. So since this is the 3rd book, I won't read the synopsis, but I'm very intrigued. It just sounds right up my alley. And all the covers are beautiful. And they're done by one of my favorites, Manuel's Sumberac. Guess what? List them below. It's hard to say. And then Girl Giant and the Jade War by Van Hoang. I think it's tight. Sorry if I'm saying that wrong. And this is the sequel to Girl Giant and the Monkey King, which I read and absolutely loved. I don't know if it's an unpopular opinion, but I love the Monkey King. I love that little trickster. And I love Tom in here. She's incredible. So there's a lot of mythology and culture in here, and it's so incredible. And so many great messages were in the first one too. And then there's art throughout, illustrations throughout, and the beautiful covers. So excited to get this. One of my very most highly anticipated releases. Cannot wait to continue that series. And then I Know Your Secret by Daphne Benedis-Grab. Do exactly what I say when I say it, or I will reveal your secret. Owen, Gemma, Allie, and Todd, 4 7th graders who barely know one another and have nothing in common, received the same threatening email. Now they must work together to follow the instructions of their anonymous blackmailer. None of them want to go along with the blackmailer's increasingly unnerving instructions, but each of them has a secret they must protect at all costs. Over the course of a single day of school, the students race against the clock to complete an unusual set of tasks. Yet as the day goes on, they have to wonder, who is this blackmailer who has somehow found out their deepest secrets? What is it that they're being used to do? And can they stop the scheme before the truth comes spilling out? It sounds so different to anything I've read, I think. So I'm very excited for that. Then I got Rules for Vampires by Alex Foulkes. This is just so different to the UK cover. Like, the UK cover is more like, I want to say humorous, but not humorous. Like, it's not meant to be funny, I don't think, but it's more lighthearted, vampire-y looking. I don't know. This looks darker, but it's still supposed to be a funny story, I think. But I just am in love. I love that cover too, and I just love this one. So dark and beautiful. It all comes down to this. Leo, Eleanor, is about to face her birthright, the rite of passage that every young vampire faces on their 100th anniversary. Tonight she must hunt down and kill her first prey. Eager to finally prove herself to her mother, the fearsome Lady Singland, so saying that wrong, Leo thinks she has a solid plan to bag her victim. After all, who is going to miss an orphan from the bleak St. Frida's home for unwanted children? But Leo's birth night is blotched when an accidental fire causes more death and destruction than she bargained for. Despite the well-known dislike between vampires and ghosts, she and newly dead orphan Mina are now forced to work together in the face of an even more daunting task: to stop the dreaded orphan master, a man as punishing in death as in life, from terrorizing the living in the town of Otto's Inn. Will there be another chance for Lien to prove herself and emerge victorious in this battle of undead versus undead? Maybe not humorous. I don't know where I got that from, but a vampire working with a newly dead. That's very intrigued by that synopsis. So, a wickedly fun debut. Maybe that's where I got fun. So, by the author of How to Train Your Dragon, I think. A wickedly funny debut with a wonderfully strong girl hero. So, very excited for this. Then I got Liar's Room. Simon is a liar. Stella and Alex know this about their new stepbrother, so they aren't bothered by his stories about their new house. Wildwick, a former schoolhouse for misbehaved boys, might have plenty of creaks and shadows, but the twins know that ghosts aren't real. But Simon is getting harder and harder to ignore as his cries for attention become increasingly dangerous and difficult to explain. Stella and Alex have to consider, could Simon actually be telling the truth? As they look for answers, they learn that the history of Wildwick is more sinister than they could have imagined. And when a shocking truth is revealed, it's not clear who can be trusted anymore. Will the three siblings be able to put aside their differences to save their family before it's too late? It made me want more from this author just because these just sound right up my alley, you know? So I did get one more that looked amazing, and I have some more coming that I got used, but this one I couldn't find at a good price used, so I just got it new. And this is by the same author, Dan Plablocky. This is a ghost hunter's daughter. They say if you see him, it's already too late. Claire doesn't believe in ghosts, even though her dad is a ghost hunter on TV. But then her dad disappears, and a strange boy in her class, Lucas, knows something about ghosts. One of them has a message for her. Her dad has been taken, and he's in grave danger. Together, Claire and Lucas set out for the town of Hush Falls, where her dad was last seen. Legend says that a tall man in a dark, tattered coat lurks near the reservoir in town, and anyone who gets too close to old Lemuel Hush is never heard from again. Claire and Lucas are determined to rescue Claire's father, but how can they save him from the ghost of Hush when everyone knows that seeing him means that you're destined to die? And that's just so intriguing. So excited for these. Then I got Strangeville School is Totally Normal by Darcy Miller. It's illustrated by one of my favorites, Brett Helquist. And he did the Series of Unfortunate Events series illustrations that I have to. And it's illustrated throughout. Harpy Hill just wants other kids to think he's normal. So he's happy to start fresh as the newest kid at Strangeville Middle School. Except Strangeville is anything but normal. Something sinister swims in the drinking fountain, the cafeteria could swallow you whole, and a giant rat named Cuddles is on the loose. And don't even get the vice principal started on the third floor supply closet. In fact, don't even think about it. What supply closet? At least Harvey has his guide and sort of new friend Stella Cho to show him the ropes. School newspaper reporter and first chair Flugelhorn. She helps Harvey see that maybe normal is overrated. But Stella is hiding a secret, and when she goes missing while trying to solve the mystery of the supply closet, that supply closet, Harvey must embrace what makes him unique to save his new friend and his new school. Excited. And then I got a duology by Matt Haig, Shadow Forest. And the first book is Shadow Forest. And I just love these editions. They're done by the same illustrator that did the Skeleton Keys series, I think, Pete Williamson. This is the second book, The Runaway Troll. Samuel Blink is the hero of this story, but he doesn't know it yet. Right now, he and his sister Martha are in the back of their parents' car. He has no idea that a giant log is about to fall from the sky and change everything. He doesn't know that he and Martha will be forced to move to Norway and eat their Aunt Edda's smelly brown cheese. He hasn't the slightest clue Martha will disappear into the shadow forest full of one-eyed trolls, deadly truth pixies, and a witch who steals shadows. A forest ruled by the evil Changemaker. No, Samuel Blink doesn't know any of this, so don't tell him. It might ruin the book. Beautiful. And then The City of Lost Dreamers by Lisa Ludecki. I have three more books by this author. So I was very excited when I saw this one. They dreamt of finding another world and found each other. In a city that has been cursed to wander forever, a young girl called Saya accidentally finds the lost pieces of the magical map that will reunite her home with the rest of the world. Fed up of being overlooked as the magicless daughter of a powerful magician, Sia takes her chance, and with the help of her worst enemy, Fedor, vows to complete the map and return the city to its rightful place. But with powerful forces threatening and vampire-like dragas hunting them down, can Saya and Fedor save their city and themselves? All her books just sound so incredible, so very excited to add this to that collection. Finally got this one, so excited. Strong as Fire, Fierce as Flame by Supriya Kelkar. India, 1857. Mira's future has been planned for her as long as she can remember. As a child, her parents married her to the boy from a neighboring village. On the eve of her 13th birthday, she will leave her family to live with her husband. But that night, Indian soldiers mutiny against their British commanders and destroy the ammunition depot, burning down parts of Delhi. Riots follow, and Mira's husband is killed. Then Mira's father insists that she follow the dictates of their fringe religious sect. She must end her life by throwing herself on her husband's funeral pyre. Risking everything, Mira runs away, escaping the chaos of the rebellion. But her newfound freedom is short-lived as she is forced to become a servant in the house of a British East India Company captain. Through her work, she gains confidence, new friends, new skills, and sometimes her life even feels peaceful. But one day, Mira stumbles upon the captain's secret stock of ammunition, destined to be used by the British to continue controlling India's citizens. Will Mira do her part to take down the British colonists and alert the rebellion of the stockpile? Or will she stay safe and let others make decisions for her? It comes down to this. How much fire must a girl face to finally write her own destiny? That last line gave me goosebumps. I'm sure it was really like that then. Being a girl ain't easy, man. It ain't ever been easy. So, excited for that. And then I got books 1 and 3 in the Crispin series. Book 2 is in another haul for eBay. But these were in the sale. This is The Cross of the Lead. These are by Avi. And the third book is The End of Time. Crispin is a poor 13-year-old peasant in medieval England. Accused of a crime he did not commit, he has been declared a wolf's head, meaning he may be killed on sight by anyone. He flees his tiny village with nothing but his mother's cross of lead. In the English countryside, Crispin meets a man named Bear, who forces Crispin to become his servant, yet encourages him to think for himself. But as Crispin's enemies draw ever closer, he is pulled right into the fortress of his foes, where he must find a way to save their very lives. I had my eye on these for so long, so I'm glad I finally snagged them up. And I got this 5-book series, the Warmling Series by Jerry B. Jenkins and Chris Farbe. Book 1 is The Book of the King, The Sword of the Warmling, The Changeling, The Minions of Time, and The Author's Blood. Nothing special is the best way to describe Owen Reader. At least that's what he's been told all his life. When a stranger visits his father's bookstore, Owen's ordinary life spirals out of control and right into a world he didn't even know existed. Owen believes the only gift he possesses is his ability to devour books, but he is about to be forced into a battle that will affect 2 worlds, his and the unknown world of the lowlands. Begin the adventure. That doesn't tell you much, but a lover of books, a bookstore, excited. And I got a 5-book series. I had already hauled the 3rd book in an Amazon book sale, so I got the other 4 in the series. So I have book 1, 2, 4, and 5. Dragon Brothers series, and this is the Dragon Fenders by James Russell. The Pitbull Returns, All Is Lost, and The Grand Opening. The wild and wonderful island home of Lien and Patty holds an incredible secret. Dragons live there. When evil boss, the Pitbull, finds out, he sends his men to kill a dragon and to bring him back the body. He also wants a dragon's egg so he can hatch it in his private zoo. Ugh. Lien and Patty's world is about to be turned upside down. Will their bravery and skill be enough to stop the Pitbull's evil plan? I've been wanting these for so long. I'm happy I finally got these. They sound incredible. Then I got the first book in this series. I'm not sure what the series was called, but this is The Gates by John Connolly. What lies beyond the gates? Samuel Johnson thought he was getting a head start when he decided to trick-or-treat on October 28th, but he got more than he bargained for. Turns out his new neighbors have unwittingly contacted the underworld and brought forth some pretty bad stuff. Unfortunately, this falls squarely on the list of things nobody is likely to believe, so it looks like it's up to Samuel and his dachshund, Boswell, to stop whatever trouble is brewing, as long as Samuel's done before his babysitter realizes he's gone. Very intrigued. And then I got Baker's Magic by Diane Sawyer. Baking has a certain kind of magic. Bee makes it more magical. 12-year-old Bee discovers quite by accident that she has an unusual magical power. When a new friend desperately needs help escaping from an evil mage, Bee wonders if she can put her small bit of magic to work. Bee's journey to help her friend becomes an enchanted, swashbuckling journey to save an entire kingdom and to discover the meaning of family. It just sounds so good. And I love food, and there's recipes in the back. I love it when they do that. So, very excited for that. Then I got Vida, and the Monsters of Morehouse by Julian Gardner. Vita Lawrence has only 2 friends, and one of them is imaginary. When Vita's only real friend grows out of playing make-believe, she spends more and more time with Melina, a ladylike caterpillar with an emphasis on the cat. Together they stumble upon Morehouse, a magical school run by monsters that is hidden in Brooklyn. It exists on the border between the human world and the monsters' dying homeworld. The monsters teach Vita and the 3 other children how to make figments of their imagination become real. The kids compete in a contest to fill impossibly large rooms called dream chambers with their own fantastical worlds. If Vita wins, she must help the monsters by rebuilding their world. In exchange, they will reward her with the chance to make Melina real in the human world. However, the kids can't leave Morehouse until this contest is over. One of the other kids claims that the monsters can't be trusted. He says that there was another contestant who disappeared before Vita arrived, but no one else can remember the missing boy at all. Time is running out for Vita to unravel the mysteries of Morehouse, otherwise she could be next. Such an intriguing synopsis and just plot overall. And I got Junonia by Kevin Henkes, I think says that. Had illustrations. Returning to the beach cottage, a cottage named Scallop, where she has always celebrated her birthday as a special occasion for Alice Rice. Who will see the first dolphin this time? The first pelican? What will have changed? Stay the same? And will this be the year she finally finds a Junonia shell? Alice's friends are returning too, and she's certain her parents have the best party planned for her. Alice can't wait. If Alice is lucky, everything will be absolutely perfect. Will Alice be lucky? Not much to go on from that, but it's beautiful. Then I got The Way Back by Gabrielle Civet. For the people of Tubek, a tiny riverside village in Eastern Europe, demons are everywhere, dancing on the rooftops at midnight, congregating in the trees, trying to steal away the living. They even have a land of their own, the Far Country, governed by demonic lords and ladies. One night, the Angel of Death comes strolling through the village. This sends Yehuda, Leb, and Bluma, 2 children of Tubek, whirling off on a perilous journey through the Far Country, where they will make pacts with ancient demons and declare war on Death himself, and maybe, just maybe, find the way back. Drawing inspiration from Jewish folk tradition, Gabrielle Civet takes readers on an unforgettable and life-affirming adventure filled with heart and hope. Cannot wait. This is a series I've been wanting for so long, but the books are kind of expensive, especially hardbacks are expensive, and I wanted hardbacks, but the first book in paperback was included in the Amazon sale. So it's The Griffin Chronicles by E.G. Foley. It's The Lost Hair, book 1. Strange New Talents. Jake is a scrappy orphan pickpocket living by his wits on the streets of Victorian London. Weird things have been happening to him lately. He started seeing ghosts, and he can move solid objects with his mind. He has no idea why. Next thing he knows, a sinister gentleman and his minions come hunting him, and Jake is plunged headlong into a mysterious world of magic and deadly peril. A world that holds the secret of who really is the long-lost heir of an aristocratic family with magical powers. But with treacherous enemies closing in, it will take all of his wily street instincts and the help of his friends, both human and magical, to solve the mystery of what happened to his parents and defeat the foes who never wanted the lost hair of Griffin to be found. Victorian London, all the magical stuff. He just sounds so right up my alley. So excited to have at least one book. And then first 2 books are both included in the sale, and the third one comes out next month, I believe. It's the Shuri series by Nick Stone, Black Panther novel from Marvel. The second book is The Vanished. The heart-shaped herb, source of the Black Panther's incredible powers for generation after generation, is dying. Without it, the legacy of Black Panther and the safety and prosperity of Wakanda are in jeopardy. While tribe leaders argue, frozen in disagreement, the youngest member of the royal family takes matters into her own hands. Shuri, warrior, inventor, and youngest sister of T'Challa, the Black Panther, has disobeyed the commands of her elders and left her homeland to root out the source of this ecological crisis. But the truth she uncovers could pose a greater threat than she or any of her countrymen could have imagined. He sounds so good, and I'm so glad I finally have the first 2 books. And I got The Cereal Garden, The Completely Armitage Family Stories by Joan Aiken. As a result of their mother's honeymoon wish, Mark and Harriet Armitage have a fairy godmother, a pet unicorn, and are prepared for anything life throws at them, especially but not always on a Monday. Hatching griffins in the airing cupboard, Latin lessons with a ghost, furious furies on the doorstep, and an enchanted garden locked inside a cereal packet. Life with the Armitages can be magical, funny, terrifying, but never ever dull. This sounds so good. And Chris Riddell blurbed the front, "What a thrill to discover this gem from the witty and endlessly inventive Joan Aiken." So excited to have that. It's a little while after I filmed, and I got a few more books, so I wanted to show them to you real quick. I got another one sent to me by an author, The Dragon and the Girl, True North, Laura Finley Evans. and I'm so excited for this. It sounds incredible. The last dragons in the kingdom were killed a half a century ago. At least that's what 12-year-old Eliana has grown up hearing. Imagine her surprise when one morning in the forest, she finds herself eye to eye with a young dragon. When she learns the dragon's father has been missing since the last full moon, she vows to help. Together they seek the king for guidance, but upon reaching the castle, they realize the short, fragile king has problems of his own. The kingdom's treasure is missing, and the tribute to the Overking is due in a few short weeks. If the king doesn't pay, he will lose his kingdom to the Overking's feckless nephew. The dragon and the girl must discover courage, sprinkled with magic, to find what is lost before the kingdom falls into the wrong hands and people and dragons perish forever. Sounds so incredible. Such a beautiful cover. Thank you so much to the author for sending me this. And then I got the second book in the Cinders and Sparks series. This is Fairies in the Forest. This is the second book. I won't read the synopsis, but it's just a short, very illustrated. And I just really love them. And they're by Lindsay Kelk. So, very excited to have that. And then I got a sequel that I'm so excited for. I'm so happy it's finally here. And it's the next book in the Kingdoms and Empires series from Jacqueline Moriarty. And the first book was The Extremely Inconvenient Adventures of Bronte Meadowstone. And it's a naked hardback. It's just so beautiful. And this one's called The Astonishing Chronicles of Oscar from Elsewhere. And I am so excited to get back into this writing, this world, and these illustrations. So excited. And I got a duology from the Relic Hunters series by Lexi Rees. I have Eternal Seas, Time is Running Out. Wild Sky. Such a small parcel shouldn't cause experienced smugglers much trouble, but this one is far from normal. Chased across the seas, Finn and Arya face the most dangerous delivery of their lives. Can they solve the mystery hidden inside? The fate of an ancient people depends on them, and time is running out. Very intrigued. Alright, back to the rest of the video. Alright, and that's all for this book haul. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Do you see any you like? Have you read any of them? Let me know in the comments. And if you would like to subscribe, I would love that if you want to. And I will see y'all in my next video. Bye.